I just sat here and edited a fucking video for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and it was my face superimposed on the Hulk, and I was saving a young boy from his abusive drunk father. It was a classic. It was a perfect 30-second intro. Copyright claim. Sick, dude. Thanks, God. You're my Jesus, King. You are my crown and my savior. I will for always and forever follow you. No. No. Fuck. There it is. Do I even look like the Hulk? Or do I look like the Joker or just an absolute moron? Let me know in the comments, because I tried. And by the way, this paint comes from the dollar store. So I definitely have lead poisoning. I probably have some type of poor cancer that hasn't even been discovered yet. Will I survive to make an impact on YouTube? Probably not. That's anybody's guess. We'll see. If you do find this shit funny, please like, subscribe. Subscribers are starting to roll in now. We just breached 100. Yippee! Yay! I mean, like, it's nothing to get wild about, but at the same time, we're a new page trying to make moves here. So if you can help out, definitely comment if you have a stock that you like or one of your better picks. Shout it out on the board, and I'll do my best to review it. It's hard to do so many different reviews. Like, I have so many different stocks today. There's a lot of things running, as you can tell. It was a big time green day. I'm very excited for you guys. Just yesterday, I was talking about how we were all going to die. It was the end of the world. Money was going to be worthless. I was going to be homeless. You were going to be poor. We were going to be eating in bread lines and maybe shucking corn for a living. But here's the thing, is that, like I said, that's midterm. It could be closer than we think. Listen, it's only a day in time, so don't get super excited. Don't start jerking off to fucking money. Don't tell your wife you're buying that new home. It's one day, okay? Relax. We're still down from 34,000 on the Dow in a matter of weeks. It did see a nice pop today, so again, take the night. Take your wife out for a nice dinner at Denny's, if you can afford it. IHOP if you're feeling real cute. And enjoy your night. But be ready for something to happen that's maybe not in your favor short term. We'll see what happens. But jumping right in, I mean, I got a lot to talk about today. Like I said, my 4 picks for the bottoms are PTAM, BEGI, and DLOC, and LVGI. So why I like these is because they are trading a bottom. I do think that they are on a time. They're in a certain time frame where eventually they're going to run. SMME is a recent one that I was watching at 14, and I was thinking, okay, it's the same idea as these 4. It had no volume, very small share structure. Nobody seemed to want it at the time, but it had been tanking for so long. I was like, I'll show you in the chart. But it's a very similar setup. Now that hit all the way up to a half penny today. So that's, 300, 400%. And these other 4 stocks have the same setup. So let's pull this up. Make my dumbass smaller. I hope this is good as yesterday. Okay, get that done. Bing, bang, bop, bop. All right, here we go. Please, I got to get this paint off me before I literally, I suffocate from the lack of pore exposure. It's insane. Like, this is retarded. I can't see anything. I definitely I have some type of poisoning. By the way, somebody keeps fucking texting me and I can't get my mind off of it. Hold on. Okay, so this is PTAM. This is the stock that I've been pushing. You're getting a little bit of a cool off on the RSI, which is nice. Sometimes you need a little bit of that. Zero volume today. 257,000 shares, which equates to be like $300. I mean, Jesus, it's like that's nothing. So low volume takedown is what I'd call that. You're pulling back to this middle Bollinger Band. We're hoping for a continuation and not a drop below that Bollinger Band. But it's so thin, you got a 4-tick wide bid and ask spread, which stifles buying because nobody really wants to hit the ask. And nobody's really going to sell into the bid, which is fine for me right now. We're waiting on news. It's probably going to flutter in between these ranges for a little bit of time. You got to just hang in there and wait. A lot of these things take patience. If they don't happen the same day, I'm sorry. I can't, you know, if you try and get in exciting stocks, like some of these ones that we're going to talk about today, then you're going to end up getting your fucking ass slammed. Like you're going to get beat the fuck down. That is what happened to me. As I keep saying, over my first couple weeks of doing these videos, I was chasing the runners. I was trying to get in at the top instead of focusing on when it was at the bottom and just waiting for the herd to come in. So PTAM is still in great condition. I would say try and soak up shares on the bid still. Maybe get in at 17, 18. That's that middle band. You're probably not going to get anything at 16. You got a huge bid down there. You don't have a lot on the ask. As we saw yesterday, at the end of the day, $200. Sent it from like 16 to 23. So, you know, this, I think it's a locked float. Somebody was talking about what is a locked float today. A locked float basically means that there is no sellers at the current price. It is up significantly, so you would expect somebody to be taking gains. But every time somebody tries to take gains, somebody just comes in and wipes them off the fucking face of the earth. That's good news. Nobody's selling here. They're waiting on news. If anything, the price is going to gradually increase into that news because people want shares of this company now. They didn't want it when I was talking about it at first, but now it's like fucking hotcakes. Not really, because literally there was $300 traded in the stock today, but you get the idea. Next one, Baggy. Baggy go pop pop soon. Baggy go bing bing. Baggy falling off the fucking Richter here. No mas because you got a little green pip. You got a little crossover here down on the MACD. You got green turning up. You got the RSI real low, just ready to run. Baggy, if you can get in the trips, my God, do it. Please, for the love of Christ. You're seeing a leveling off here. You're seeing people starting to accumulate here. There is very low volume. They are done diluting. They need to get the price back up. It was just recently at 004. It's currently almost in the trips. Super low floater. Let's just go there real quick just to see how many shares are in that structure. Yeah, I mean, your market cap's at 400,000. Bing bong. You got, and they update their share structure every day. This is a hot setup. This is the same thing as PTAM when I saw it. I mean, listen to me or don't. But eventually I'm going to be like, PTAM's at fucking 2 and you guys didn't buy. 338 million. The float is 285 million because it's usually the same as held at DTC. So it's not like the smallest float of all time, but it's like it is a small float, especially for being in the trips. This is one of the best things you're going to find. They're current, you know, they're pink current. It's not like they have disclosure issues. I'm not sure if they're SEC reporting. Probably not. But I like it. Baggy, keep loading. D-Lock. What's D-Lock boy doing? It's got no volume, but man, this thing is really low. You're starting to get a little bit of a steady sideways movement in the MACD. Your RSI is low. It's ready to come off bottom. And I mean, you hit the bottom of this band, and now it's starting to show some stabilization. And with such low volume, I know that, again, they're not diluting. They're done diluting for the time being. They're probably waiting to put out news, and it's going to do the same thing as SMME. It's the same idea. It's the same setup, and SMME is doing the same shit that D-Lock will eventually do. It's how they all do it. You know, if you bought SMME today, you're kind of buying near the top. You're not going to get 100% off that unless you hold and are willing to see red for a little bit. But if you were the one buying down at 14, like when I was watching it, and I didn't buy it, a shame on me, but then you'd be up, what? Like I said, 300%. So be aware of that. It's overbought now. We're going to go into that one in a second. LVGI. Another one that's just been beaten the fuck down, all the way up from over a penny, all the way down to 0.0014. That's like a huge decrease. But again, you got a little bit of a green candle. You're starting to see, all right, let's see if it levels out. Even if it just goes back, oh, we're at 2.4, I'm sorry. So we're at 2.4. Does it have room to, let's see what their share structure looks like. Now remember, this might not be the most DD of all time. People are always on the boards like, oh, what is the company even, do you even believe in the company? No, I don't believe in the fucking company. I never will believe in the company. I don't care what the company does. I don't care if they sell fucking dick enlargement pills. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they sell them. It doesn't matter how much revenue they have. It doesn't matter about their cash flow statement. None of that matters. The only thing that really matters is when they're not diluting and when they are diluting. And when they're not diluting and it's traveling on a bottom with little volume, that's when you buy it because they're going to have to pump it back up. They need money from the retail investors. But they can't do that if they have no interest and they have a bottomed out price that nobody wants to buy. So they need to pump it up. That's why you plant your seeds in these and they will eventually grow. It could be a week, it could be a month, but either way, if you're looking at 300% and it does take 2 months, what else do you want? Baggy, or no, not Baggy, LVGI. Jesus Christoph, yeah. Get in LVGI because it's going to be hard. You're going to have to take time to get shares here. 100. This is a micro float. This is like too thin. 86 million shares outstanding. Basically, all of them are in the float. 189,000 market cap. That's just like really low. If it went down, I think this is as low as it gets. And again, people on that board will tell me I'm nuts for buying it. All right. But that's because they're down 90%. So obviously they're going to be pissed at me. Those are my 4 picks. Those are bottoms. Now let's reference this with SMME. Same thing as like the same idea as those. I want to show you the chart and how these things can really move once they hit bottom. So look, this thing was doing the same thing, just not really doing anything, riding bottom, 52-week low. And then boom, it put out news, ran like 100%, started to trickle up, took a little bit of a breather, formed a W, and boom, now you got some real movement. You've closed hard over the middle Bollinger Band. Your RSI is in the hot zone. You got a big green candle. Now look, if you're in this, great, you just crossed over this, you're gonna get a blow off top. But be wary. If you got in anywhere near 2, be willing to take 150, 200%. Be willing to take 100%. Set your sell and fucking stick to it. Do not get sucked into the bullshit. What they are basically is a biometric card with fingerprint tech. And it doesn't use the little the chip on there for your fingerprint, so I guess it's easier to or not as easy to steal information off the card. Whatever the fuck it is, it's probably nonsense. I've known this stock for a while. They've talked about doing this. It's always in the final stages. It's always next to the final stage, and then they say, oh, it's one more step to the final stage. They blast the price, and then they dump it on your face, and then 2 years later they're like, it's in the final stage. Let's fucking pump it. It's in the final stage, and then it goes up, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's finally finished, and then they're like, no, and then they dump it on you, and it's just a reoccurring cycle of nonsense. Stop believing in everything you fucking hear, which is going to lead me into the next thing, but just trust me on this one. If you're up big, you got a gap to fill, you might run for a little bit, and you might not sell the top, but if you got in early and you're able to sell for a serious gain, then fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Please, because I'm telling you, in this type of market, you get a great day like this where you get a lot of runners, you got to take advantage because they will shut that door on you real quick before you know it, and all of a sudden, all those gains are evaporated. Now what do? Do you hold and get a bag when you really could have just got out and waited for the price to depreciate and then rebought and got double as many shares? You have to think about these things. That leads me into my next kind of grouping. I don't really have a chart for these because I don't even know if they even fucking have a chart. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these 2 new ones that are popping up, Tama X and Squid Grow. I mean, listen, make your money. If you're up in these, are they stocks? Are they fucking air? I don't know what they are, and I never will, and I don't care. Bitcoin, yes, it has some type of value because there is a lot of hype around it, and I understand the concept, and it makes sense, But I know that the Fed will never allow it. They'll regulate it, whatever it's going to be. It's just not going to work long term. I think I've told you this before. I think the Fed will create their own coin and it will make Bitcoin and Ethereum obsolete. I mean, again, look at the news on Ethereum where they did the merge and it fucking pretty much tanked and hasn't gone up since then. It's been moving up a little bit, but it's nowhere near where it was when the merge happened, or it's close, but it's not over it. And everybody was expecting that to be a major catalyst that would send it to the moon. Like I said, always when a catalyst is coming out, you must buy the rumor and you must sell the news. And you got to get out a few days before the news. Another thing that's going to, and those, just whatever, dude. Like I said, make your money. Do your fucking thing. I'm happy for you, so sick. But if you actually think something called Tamadoji or Squid Grow or Cumcoin, if you think those are viable and you think that they're going to save world hunger, I always, whenever I fucking post on those boards, it's always, oh, you don't even know. They're like using this as I don't care, bro. I don't care what the fucking guy on Twitter told you. I don't care what they're trying to pump you on. All these are so overbought. It's ridiculous. And if they do keep running, great. But you are pretty much a pure gambler. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't care how much flack I get for it. It's not real. Stop telling me that it's got DD behind it and all this nonsense. You're just a pumper. You just want people to buy your shares at the top. You want the price to keep going. If you're up 200, 300% and you're not selling, you're not good at trading. You're just not good at trading. Good traders they never sell the top because they're already secured their gains because they know there's plenty of other stocks that are running. And that's part of being an investor, is knowing all these stocks, having a watch list, and being able to get out of something that's overbought and getting into something that's oversold. That's the point of the market. These people that are just constantly chasing fucking runners will get the door slammed in their face. It's just not the way to do it. Like I said, when they sing you the song, when the Lord has come to take the stock into the sky and all of us rose, we praise to him as the choirs blew a nice thing of smoke into our eyes. Made no sense. Made absolutely no sense. It was completely off the top of my mind, and it just went nowhere. Started off, didn't really like it from the jump, went nowhere. Completely disregard what I just did. Act like that never happened, because that was fucking embarrassing. But if you hear a song of glory on the heavens, that the angels are ringing in from reptar to reptar, that is when you sell. You do not get pumped in. I see people all over the board saying, oh, where are you buying in? What's the deal? Oh, what's this? Oh, you're too late, bruh. You're too late, bruh. Payak, another one. I'm not even going to pull up the chart because it's pointless. It's flatline, 4 and 5, trips. Get in at 5. I'm telling you, October 31st is the impending catalyst. What are you going to do? You're going to sell on the fucking 26th. That's how we do it. You buy now at 5, you sell at 8. You get your 50% and you say bye-bye. Nice to know you. I'm on to the next stock. But it's another good seed to plant for it to grow before the 31st. I can almost guarantee to you now, they will not finalize the fucking deal. They'll tell you everything that's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It never will. SYSS is a perfect example. They were going to do the deal like 3 different times and it never came through, and it still hasn't come through. It's always nonsense. There's a lot of bullshit involved in this shit. I try to tell you that all the time. Stop believing everything you hear. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Period. That's it. End of story. I don't want to hear another fucking word. Russian. That's another one that's probably sitting at bottom here. What did it do today? Let's check it out. They have a dividend date coming up. Some spin-off. Listen, it might be good. I don't know. I have a friend in this that is really good at trading. He's a professional, and he's really believed in this for a while. And he's been holding for over a year. So if it runs, he avoids cap gains, or short-term cap gains, which is great. And he's got a lot of shares. So I'm hoping it runs for him. It seems to really just like give up, though. It runs and then goes down, and it runs and it goes down. So, I mean, you're seeing another bottom here. It's looking like it's stabilizing down here. I would say right now is a good buy-in. You got the MACD kind of, it's down, but might be at the peak of this red. You got the RSI heading downstairs. I mean, just watch it. I think that it might have an opportunity, especially with the dividend date supposed to be set in October, which is the month that we're in. That could be a good time to buy. Okay, good. If it was not still recording. Is this looking good on here? damn it. Please. I like can't tell. Oh, God, help me. It better be. All right. That's Russian. Just watch it. Imp and Indo. Imp looks like it's going to run. Crude oil is up. Crude oil's at $86 a barrel, I believe, which is up from like $81 or something just like a week ago. This is something that was mentioned by a friend, and it did hit this bottom, and look, it went baboom. It went from 25 to, yeah, I mean, this thing's running. You're looking at a top here, though, so be careful. Maybe look to enter at 33.62 if it tries to pull back to this middle orange line, but or the middle Bollinger Band, but you need to enter oil. I'm thinking oil and gold are going to go. Indo is another one that's been looking pretty good. It's been green pretty much every day. So again, don't buy on a fourth green candle. Buy when the price pulls back. Make sure you're understanding your technical analysis. Pull these charts up for yourself. See where you want to buy in and stick to that. Don't like just chase it because everybody's talking about it. Pick your shots and hit them. If you don't hit them, oh well. Move on to the next thing. There will always be something else. Indo is one that I've been watching for a while. I've made money off of it before. This one looks like it is going to pull back to that orange line. 659 is what you're looking at currently. Thing runs on fucking air. This is kind of when I bought and sold it back in the day. But it came like, look at this. When you see what I say, when you see these hard sell-offs below these fucking supports, they're going to reverse. They're just trying to scare people out. That's weak money. That's what Diamond, like, okay, whatever. Diamond Hands is the biggest fucking bullshit of all time, but this is them scaring people out that bought the top. You know, Diamond Hands are bullshit because if you bought here like an asshole, you should have sold right away and just realized, wow, I bought this at the wrong time. That's why you got to get over pride. Fear, greed, pride, hope. You have to get over those four emotions. Pride, thinking that you made the right call even though it's tanking and you're holding bags consistently. Get over that pride. Realize you're doing something wrong. T-Glo, sell it under $1 for the love of Christ. Listen to me. I know that people on that board are going to tell me that it's the next best thing. Anytime that I bash anything, and I'm not even bashing, I'm just telling people what to do. I'm telling people like what I would do. And sometimes it's not always going to be the right thing. But all I know is that you're never going to buy the bottom and you're never going to sell the top, but you got to get the in-between. That's what makes a good trader. Trust me on that one. Because you're going to think you're a perfect trader if you make a good call, but eventually you're going to get your ass handed to you, and it just doesn't work with longevity. It might work one time, and you might get a big head about it, but you have to trust me. You have to buy, you have to buy in between the top and the bottom. And if you're up 100%, you're not selling, you're dumb. If you're up 50%, you're not selling, you're kind of dumb. You have to gauge it, but just take the gain because that 50% or that 100% can be utilized in another stock that's trading at bottom. T-Glo, I'll pull up the chart real quick. Don't hate me for just saying like what, and I'm not even saying this is going to like tank tomorrow. I'm just saying that whoever's up a lot of money right now should be thinking about selling. Period. I mean, this thing is exhausted. It's super exhausted. This thing is going to tank soon. It's probably going to run up to $1 in the morning and then just start plummeting all the way back to like 40 cents. Watch. I'll mark this fucking talk. I will fucking come back to this and edit it into a video. Bing bop. Swipe back down to the line. Bing bop. Swipe back down to the line. Boom. Now it's way exhausted. Your fucking RSI is hot. Your MACD is way hot. You're getting a lot of volume and a lot of green volume, but I mean, that's not going to last. You're going to see a pop up. Usually a psychological barrier is $1, a penny, a multiple of 10. So I'm thinking it is going to go up to like 95. If you're at 90 cents, fucking sell it. And then you're going to see a pullback, a big pullback to about 38. 38 to 42. Watch. Mark that shit. AABB. This is something that subscriber wanted me to do, and I mean, I remember this stock from back in the day because it ran fucking hard. but it's been getting hammered for a while. This is a great stock. Look, you got like a really big sell-off. They're trying to push it up. Look for some stabilization down here. Around 4 cents is probably a really good buy-in. But yeah, I mean, this is a good stock to buy right now. I'm not going to lie. I think it has something to do with like gold-backed crypto, which again, I don't believe in crypto, and I'm not gonna say that I do just to make somebody happy. It goes against. Remember, only the truth will be told. So I can't until I know more about the actual stock. It is a penny stock. It went on a big-time run. They've shitted on it. So I wouldn't trust the company that much, to be honest. Again, I don't trust any company in the OTC, but we're playing charts here. I'm more of a technical trader anymore because I used to do deep DD. I used to interview CEOs. I used to do fucking articles. I used to do crazy shit like that, and it got me nowhere. It only lost me hundreds of thousands of dollars believing in these crooks, and that's why I come on here to tell you guys to avoid this shit and do not believe in it. One of my subscribers is saying that he believes in the company. Listen, by all means, learn your lessons on your own time, but I'm telling you, don't believe in a goddamn word they say, because they will always have a trick up their sleeve. They will always have a back door to sell into, and you need to be aware that this is just for a flip. Flipping is the way to go. That's how we do it. There is no long-term holds. I will never hold another penny stock for a long term because I know that, yes, you could get one of those 1 in a million, but the chances are that it's just not going to happen, and you need to relax with that. You need to realize that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme if you want to actually have longevity in the market. If you want to burn out in the first couple years like a lot of new traders did because they thought that AMC and GME was going to happen to every single fucking stock that they bought, then by all means, do whatever you want to do. But if you want to sit here and listen to me, I'm going to tell you, flip the fucking stock, swing the fucking stock, buy low, sell high, period, end of story, shut the fuck up. So AABB, listen, I love the chart. I think it is a good buy-in. Look for 4. Rum. Now, the reason why, actually, let me start with Twitter. I don't even need a chart for that. Twitter, basically, this is an interesting story because Elon Musk wants to buy it. I don't know if he really intended to buy it. I think that he's just pissed off that they have a monopoly on free speech in this country. They could shut you down at any time. I am permanently suspended on Twitter for literally like nothing because my profile picture was like, I don't know, whatever, dude. It's unreal. They'll suspend you for anything. It's bullshit. They'll even do it if you didn't do anything just because they again, don't like your profile picture. Maybe don't even like what you search for. Whatever. I don't know what the deal is, but it's unreal. I think half of it's bots. Twitter is obviously the most liberal cuck fucking platform on earth. Every time I go on it, I want to rip my boom fucking hair out and feed it to my cat, which I don't even have a cat, so you could do the math on that. I'm just going nuts, and it is the epitome of censorship. So I want Twitter to be bought out by Elon Musk. I don't think he originally wanted to do it, but I think that he is. Now he's saying he's going to go for the original bid. They were suing him over backing out of the deal. Now he's like, all right, let's do it for the original price of like $54.90. And now it's like, you'd think they'd jump at it, but I think they're scared because they really don't want to lose their stronghold on their liberal bias over social media. I guarantee it. Anybody that tells you that, oh, right-wing people are suppressed too, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. That shit pisses me off. Like, we all know that's not true. If you think it's true, you are just completely propagandized to think that by whoever dumbass you're listening to. But let me be the first one to tell you, it is not a right-wing. Fuck right-wing and fuck left-wing. I hate them both. But let's be honest. If you think that Twitter does not just censor right-wing people, you're an asshole. It just is what it is. And again, only the truth will be told. If I was going to lie to make everybody feel comfortable and feel good, like lying, like somebody was saying that, you know, I shouldn't make fun of people's weight. Listen, I'm not making fun of people's weight. I'm simply saying that it's a choice. And I'm not going to make excuses for you. And I'm not going to buy into your crap about, oh, I don't have the time or I don't have this. That's not how life works. You can't make excuses and expect things to just fall into your lap. So I'm sorry, but I can only tell the truth. And if you're too big and your heart is under a lot of pressure, that's probably not a good thing. So if anything, I'm saving lives. Sorry if it doesn't come off in a a kind tone all the time, but I'd rather beat it into somebody's head than be like, oh, do it tomorrow. You don't need to eat the peach pie. Just eat the peach pie. Have the Doritos. Okay, dude, you do that. You do that with your family. If your dad ate 400 bags of Doritos a day, would you say anything to him? Would you start being a little bit pissed off? Well, I'm a little bit pissed off that everyone in this fucking country is like 300 pounds overweight. And you go to any other country in the world and they're fine. And why is that? Because pharmaceutical companies want you fucking fat because you have to rely on insulin. Not even gonna go there. Let me chill. It's back to the stocks. The rum is running because, or at least I think it closed over 13 today, which is a very good sign. But anyway, Twitter they're in a legal battle. It could be bought out within weeks with Musk coming in. If Musk comes in, that's kind of sick because I think he's going to expose them about the bots and all the bullshit. I don't know. He'd be playing a tricky game with that. He might get suicided, all that type of shit. Who fuck knows? I mean, that's a dangerous game what he's playing. But maybe he has the money to protect himself. And if anybody's going to do it, it's got to be somebody with a lot of influence and a lot of money. Rum's looking good because of it. Look at this. Bing bonging off the fucking band. You got the KISS right here on the RSI. You got the MACD turning up. I really like this stock here, especially with the rumor of him buying it out. They say that he's going to work with Rumble, which is another free speech platform. So that could be the pendulum that swings back. And listen, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even know if Twitter's going to allow him to buy it. They might just take the $1 billion. I think it's $1 billion fucking fee if they back out of the deal. And honestly, to not give up their lock on the First Amendment, they're probably going to back out of the deal. I can almost guarantee that. So be wary of that. Focus on the news on that. Make your own decision and go from there. The Gaggy was trying to run today. Jesus, this is a long video. I'm sorry, but I feel like most people just watch it for their stock anyway. Because they're assholes and they want my viewing time to be as low as possible so I don't get put in the algorithm, and I appreciate that with all my heart, so thank you. But Gaggy, if this doesn't work again, I'm gonna cry. Okay, Gaggy's like, damn, they're trying to get it. Look, it came back to that middle line and was like, psych. So watch that middle line. It doesn't seem to want to go over it, but you got the Bollinger Bands pinching. It's about ready to go. Gaggy's ready to go. Gaggy's ready to go. I like it. I don't even know what the fuck they do. It's probably some nonsense. I think it's electric vehicle or solar. Fucking those are the things that are running now. Electrical vehicle because the clean energy bill just passed. So you're getting a lot of solar runners. You're getting a lot of which, by the way, that bill is probably nonsense. Whatever it is, it's probably just unneeded government spending, which is going to cause inflation to go up even more. And I don't want to get into that. I don't have enough time. But Gaggy, whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't matter. I'm going on pure technicals here. It's going to go. If you want to, buy it. If you can get in low threes, I think you're good to go. Hiru, it looks like it wants to trickle above 4.3, which I believe is a resistance. Let's see. I really don't understand why it never comes up. Hiru, yeah, I mean, it's just a slow trickle, but it looks good. I mean, you're getting consistent green candles. You might get a big pop here. Let's just hope for my Kareem, who's invested in this. Let's hope it gets a big pop for him. But if it does, bro, sell it. Remember what I tell you, flip it. Don't get involved in the story. I know it's a water company that's in Walmart. I know that they're in other stores. I know that they got a good story to tell, but they also have a big share structure. And, with a good amount of volume, you can get bypass that. But at the same time, be careful because they're probably diluting to expand, especially for a startup beverage company. You're going to need to spend money and they probably have very toxic financing, so they probably have notes on the book. I haven't looked that deep into it, but it seems like they've let the faucet close and it's getting lower volume, which is actually good because the volume's starting to tick up. I like the stock. Hiru right here. I mean, you have a good chance of success, especially if they drop news. I don't know if they're due for news, but if they are, comment, let me know. If you hear about any of these stocks and you have more to tell me, because I can't research like 100 different things a day. It's just too much. I have too much on my plate. So if any of these stocks are discussed and you want to add something like, hey, no, this stock is actually like pretty good, this is why, then tell me. If even if you own TAMA X, fucking go down there and tell me in the comments why I'm an idiot. I don't care. I'm still going to probably like block you because there's no way that you actually can be smart and believe in something that's Tamadoji that's literally just running on a meme because there's not, whatever, dude. Make your money. Make your money. It's basically the same thing as penny stocks anyway. But this crypto shit, I just don't like it. I don't think it's worth anything. That's just my personal opinion. I'm probably just old school, even though I'm like 16. AERC, last two. I'm going to jumble these together. AERC is a air purifier company. This bad boy is popping. This thing's going to go more tomorrow. Damn. Yesterday was the time to buy in. Although RSI is super hot. Your MACD is looking pretty good. This might be in the... I mean, this is going. This is going because the merger happened yesterday. It's this company called Moleskin. They're an air purifier. And they bought out AERC. So, and it is a very small float. And you're getting a lot of pressure, a lot of fucking green volume. You got a huge green dildo on the daily. I would say that this is going to pop a little bit further. I think this might go on a big run. I don't know. Again, if you bought yesterday and you're up 100%, at least take something. And the same thing with Baggy. Baggy is a solar company. Not exactly sure exactly what they do, but I think they're just running on the clean energy bill passing. So make sure to keep... I think HVCW is another one that involves clean energy or solar energy. So keep your eyes on these stocks. Tankers are really good, like Tops. What was it? What I lost? Baggy. So tankers, oil, solar, air purifiers are good because of the fucking COVID, whatever. Just get something that's relevant to the current times. If it's defense, defense contract, whatever. Something that's running on some stuff in the news. Peggy's up big. I mean, look, see how this happens. Nobody wanted it here. Now bing bop. And this is going to probably run up a little bit higher. I think that if you got in today after hours, you're probably pretty good. Yeah, I mean, these are good. These are the hot stocks right now. So any of these that I mentioned, buy at your own risk. But you want to look for these power moves and just get in and get out. Even if you didn't get in on the first candle, you can still scalp it. Get in after hours, wait for the morning. If it's up in the morning, sell it. That's it. You just scalp it. Take your 10% gain. Take your 8% gain. Don't let these people tell you that it's going to go to the moon. And if it does, you just have to move on, and you can't get sucked into the FOMO, because I'm telling you, that's how you're going to lose money. If you can make 8% day in and day out, that's going to be a lot better than holding something for a week, being up 100%, and then dropping all the way back down to zero. It's like I said, it's a game of inches. So that's pretty much all I have for today. It's my birthday on October 6th, so I'm probably doing like a special video for that. I hate birthdays. One thing that I hate even more than birthdays is birthday weeks. If you have a birthday week, I don't want to be too harsh, but no, I can't say that. Just reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate who you are. Reevaluate your heart. Maybe see a doctor for like any type of medication that will level out your hormones, because obviously something's wrong upstairs, and you're one of the most narcissistic pieces of shit if you have a birthday week. If you have a birthday month, then I'll say it, hang yourself. All right, until next time.